Welcome to Rom Wills, Money Matchers. Subcultures create business opportunities. Subcultures create business opportunities. Now, this is related to what I was talking about in the previous podcast when I talked about demographics. Subcultures, they are a special demographic. I'll give you a great example, the tattoo subculture. That you get business opportunities there, like especially if you're a tattoo artist, but then you have people who coming up with other stuff, like people who are making like the inks and stuff for this culture, people who have events like tattooing events or expos and things like that. And that's just, it's probably a whole lot of other things. I mean, I have a very, very superficial knowledge of that culture. I don't have any tattoos, but I've seen plenty of tattoo magazines. You got some publishers putting out some stuff that's making money for, articles. So that's making, writers are getting money there. Somebody who might be a writer, they might be able to write something, photographers and all of that. And just one. I remember seeing something about the goth subculture, some magazines on it. And then you got clothing and things of that nature. Indeed, even the exotic dancing subculture, that's a subculture. Yeah, they got people that come in and watch them, but it's a culture to itself. Because I remember I had a lady friend, she actually made her money. She made her money creating costumes for women dancers. See, I'm gonna tell you what, every time a subculture comes into existence, you can make money. Like one I'm very familiar with, and I talked about the natural hair subculture, particularly in the Black community. There, if you go to a natural hair expo, you get everything. I mean, you definitely get the hair products. So that's creating a business right there. Anybody can make a hair product that's good for natural hair. Boom. Skin products as well. Because usually when I want to get my shea butter and all of that, yeah, Ron be hooking up the shea butter. I just hit one of those. I hit one of those expos. But that's creating a business opportunity. Vegans, you go to some, it depends on where the location is. Like ones I go to with this particular young lady, she will, if she can, she will have vegan, vegan vendors and stuff. I mean, she'll have people serving just some regular buffalo wings and stuff too. But, vegans can go there and they can do their thing and stuff. That's creating a business opportunity. It's like so much in that culture, clothing, everything. See, when you think about a subculture, there's a lot more to it than just people of the same mindset. They tend to wear the same clothing. That's it right there. That is it right there. There's so many businesses. I mean, and you might not, all you might do is create some type of sandal or something. That's all you need. Like even when I was mentioning that natural hair expo, I know young man, he had created a whole business just on head wraps for people with locked hair. And that's all he sold. And he was making money like crazy. But that's that particular subculture, whatever it is. See, as I was going to get into, every single subculture has something with it. Every single one, because, okay, you got the mindset, but then they have a certain uniform. They have certain foods they might eat or not eat. You got many subcultures. I've mentioned in the last podcast, you had the subcultures that were, based on veganism and everything. But you had some subcultures, that's not their main thing, but for whatever reason, they don't eat meat. You might have a subculture based around dance. All right, what type of clothes they wearing? What type of music they listen to? Like you might have a musician, they only do stuff that appeals to this particular subculture. You got plenty of them. There's a lot of artists and stuff. They started off in like just with that subculture. And of course, subcultures at some point go mainstream, most of them, but some don't. But they create business opportunities because what do they represent? Demographics. They are people that need stuff. You know what? I remember I was watching that cartoon, DreamWorks movie, The Incredibles. And I remember, I forgot that character's name now. I'm going to remember it as soon as I start recording. But her whole thing was making costumes for superheroes. I mean, there's so much. In fact, I remember watching Invincible on Amazon Prime. And there was a guy who sold, his main job was making costumes for superheroes. Look, the thing is, even if you, like, say you encounter a subculture, you find an interest. Yes, it's something that you like to do, but it could also be a business. You know, I remember back in the day, I was hanging around poetry subcultures. And, you know, the thing with that was that had a certain rhythm to it. You know, some publishers, some book publishers. I knew a gentleman, he would have, he owned a bookstore, and he would have poetry night there every Saturday night. And Rom used to just hang out. And then he would have some people bring in food for it. See how that works? Like if you, or, you know, some event planner for get-togethers with it. It's so many ways. But the subculture, because it comes down to its demographics, its people. Remember, all businesses are ultimately based on people. That's the key thing to know. That is the key thing. You want to have stuff that really appeals to them. You want to have stuff that really appeals to them. All right. So anyway, right? Yeah, it's always something. You know what? I want to just, I'm just as a general thing, and this is a little bit on a tangent. Think in turn, even if you have a great job, keep your eye out on a business. Keep your eye out for something that maybe you can do. Even if your job is great, hey, you're going to get a great pension. Should you get, you know, benefits, all of that? Just keep your eye out anyway. And this ain't in terms of saying something could happen to your main job, but I'll just say personally, it's a great feeling to know you have control over something. All right. So anyway, y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.